Then after that, this one came up, Phantom Blade Zero, and I was like, this kind of seems like a Tyler game. It kind of seems like a Tyler
Yeah, it
game.
looks rad.
Uh,
It fooled me for the first 3 seconds because that that shot in the beginning of like the like lantern or like light looks
yeah.
super similar to a section in Bloodborne.
Oh
And I was like,
man.
I thought for like half a second we were getting a Bloodborne 2 announcement. And then it wasn't. And I was like trying not to be disappointed. But honestly, this game looks sick. So like,
Yeah.
not on its fault for having just like a very similar asset for half a second. That's on my dumb ass for like being that hopeful. It's something that cool would be here. But
Yeah. Phantom Blade Zero. How can I describe this game? It's kind of like blending. It's a third person samurai action game, but it has like the aesthetic of a FromSoft Bloodborne Souls type game.
it's
And like the action is like really cinematic and fast paced and brutal. And it's just it's a weird combination of different aesthetics and vibes, but it all comes together to create this really rad looking game here. And
yeah,
I just want to real quick read the description they had on the PlayStation blog because I think this is a perfect way to describe it. In Phantom Blade Zero, your soul, an elite assassin serving an elusive but powerful organization known simply as the Order. He was framed for the murder of the Order's patriarch and gravely injured in the manhunt that ensued. A mystic healer managed to save him from death, but makeshift cure that only lasts for 66 days. He must find out the mastermind behind it all before his time runs out against powerful foes and inhuman monstrosities. And the team, they call the art direction Kung Fu Punk because of just all the combination of everything that we got going on here. They say that it's a semi-open world with multiple maps of reasonable sizes, and this was done out of necessity due to the limited resources they had, and making maps more handcrafted with diverse activities avoids having a large world with reused and repurposed assets and all. And as they say here, like the combat, it's really intense and cinematic, and they say it's inspired by the kung fu movies of the 1990s. So like when you watch the gameplay, it's so clear to see that like what
yeah.
is clearly inspired by.
It feels like aesthetically it's like Bloodborne meets Samurai meets like kind of Metal Gearish. I get those vibes.
Okay.
Um, and then combat wise, it feels like it's going to embody the all gas, no brakes mentality, which is
Mm-hmm.
probably where you were like getting a little bit of Bloodborne, and this seems like a lot of offense, no defense. And that
Yeah.
is 100% right up my alley, baby.
Yeah. Like it
Yeah,
reminds
this game looks rad.
like Bloodborne mixed with Sekiro, kind of sort of in terms of vibes. And then when it comes to combat, it looks like flashy and fluid, like something you might see out of like a platinum action game. Not as like over the top, but just in terms of the fluidity and the like how cool the moves look, like that type of vibe you might get from a platinum action game. So I
Yeah,
was like really all in on this. I'm like, oh, this looks awesome. This looks sick. I'm very much interested in this game. All we know is
yeah.
it's a
I was like,
PS5 game, though. We don't know any other release information, unfortunately. But
was this part of the graphic that Xbox tweeted out?
I don't know. I don't believe it was. It's possible it was, but I don't believe so. I don't believe so.